What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Game 3 of Week 3 of the Awesome Premier League Season 2, North America Red Lobby. We are back. I am your caster, Esquire, joined today by Mustache Dave. Dave, what are you thinking about these games shaping up after our second finish?
I'm feeling good. I like that both games, the top placing teams, kind of different. You know, it's not too top heavy. Yeah, Ghost Gaming, they're doing pretty consistent so far, but I mean the leaderboards, I feel like they're kind of split. You know, they're divided. They're still open. They're ready for the taking. And this is only week 3, so you can really never tell. But yeah, we got 2 games left, and this is NA, right? I'm ready to go. I wanted to ask you real quick though. Have you been watching the Olympics? They just started.
No, I haven't been watching, but I did see that the Winter Olympics just started. But speaking of Olympics, I want to see some athletes on this map, Dave. We've got the plane, some athletes, yeah. So we've got the plane coming out. It's going to be a fairly centralized, maybe favoring the north side of the map a little bit more than the south, but it's going to be going from the east to the west, cutting directly through the continent. So I think we're going to see a lot of teams spread out, maybe try to hit those same locations that they were landing at this last game, as the plane path is pretty similar, but not exactly the same as Game 2, Dave.
Yeah, not exactly the same. Looks like I think everybody was able to connect there. I know last game we had a couple, like an issue here or there, but yeah, Ghost Gaming going to Stahlberg. They're going up there. Twisted, they're going to Yasnaya. So everyone seems like they're getting what they want, at least from my perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these teams have, if not the same areas, at least for tonight's matches, they've been landing fairly consistently in the same regions of the map. It seems like when we get that North Plain path, Ghost heads up north. Optic has always opted for this northern Georgia pull, as well as
Ooh,
the slide
jacking off, ran someone over from TLC in a vehicle.
Yeah, we have a lot of action popping off on the map already. But yeah, Check 6 jacking off, going ahead and getting a knock and a kill, I believe, onto the Liddy crew. So that's going to be rough.
Yeah, it's definitely. So they did get the kill. The zone is up here. Check 6. It looks like they're just on a rampage. Actually getting some landing here. What happened? What they landed and the US was already turned over?
No, so that was the car that Jacking Off used to.
Oh, okay.
To take out that member of the Liddy crew, but unfortunately, while he was traveling up that hill, it was on the slope, and he tilted the car, and it is now, unusable. So that's a rough loss for them. I mean, these cars can play, such a huge position for these teams. So, I'm sure they'll find another one, maybe, but definitely an early game loss in terms of wanting to travel or get to a different loot location.
Yeah, don't let him drive again. Because we need those vehicles. But FlyQuest, Pachinki, once again, hooligans kind of to the east of it. I mean, everybody just hanging out, chilling. Really, I mean, the action, it might pop off here shortly. We see a couple shots going left and right. TLC actually taking some more shots. They're just having a rough game starting out here.
Yeah, this early game has been extremely rough for them. I mean, already losing a player is pretty rough, but especially in a lobby with a lot of players that you aren't necessarily used to playing with. I mean, it's going to be tough now. Only a 3-man squad at TLC. So, we have the first circle coming out, Dave, and it is a pretty good circle. Not a lot of water, which is always good to see, but it's going to be on the west side of the map. So a few teams are pretty far out, specifically Ghost Gaming, as well as Core 4 and the Melt Power teams, which is the Murders, Monsters, and especially the Novo team as well, Dave. Check 6 down there, who are very split from the other two members of Check 6 who are up at the farm.
I mean, I'm not too worried about them right now. But I am worried about their transitioning. I'm curious. They might want to opt in to take a boat, kind of, ride it into Ferry Pier. But they're gonna be decked out. They're gonna be looted out. They definitely know no one's there with them because of that flight plan, and they had the chance to kind of see with their parachutes. But one squad that I like their positioning just on this first circle is the S1 guys over there. We got Snorlax, Blink. That's Elusive Gaming. pretty much in Gatka. They're split up. Snorlax actually getting that crate, so let's hope he can make it back to his squad in time. But Milta, it looks like might be some. Yeah, there's Snorlax. What do you get? What does he get?
Yes, Snorlax. It looked like he was able to pick up an AWM, so that is a
Ooh,
great crate
that's
for him.
great.
Even if it was just the gun, we weren't able to see what else was in the crate. Doesn't look like he has a level 3 helmet on. But yeah, definitely the is a good pickup for him. I'm sure he is definitely happy in comms right now. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
that's a great gun to have this early on for
yeah,
sure.
just a great gun. I mean, you don't have a lot of rounds for it, but the damage that gun puts out when you have good aim, and a lot of these players have great aim. So the is a very good gun. You don't see it a lot in these games. I mean, it's kind of a rare pickup for teams, but certainly one that is a beneficial pickup.
Yeah, and thankfully for him, no one kind of spotted that crate out, I guess, and took some shots at him because a lot of times, at least when I go for crates, I get taken out almost immediately after collecting the gun. So, crate actually disappearing on my map. Whoa. All right.
Got some shots already ringing out in North Georgia Pole. It looks like Optic is going to be taking some shots, but then off the map as well, we've got Sharp Shot over with the God Squad, knocking Major NL, and then Major NL gets run over by Overjaw. So a lot of action happening around the map, Dave.
Yeah, I feel like the Murderous Plush Toys and the God Squad, they have it out for each other. These guys, game and game after another, always fighting each other. There's always squads that tend to have at least the same kind of strategic play. I feel like, they like the same loot areas, and they're just constantly contesting one another. And these two squads are just one of them. But Check 6 taking some shots, Microfry, over here just hanging out on the farm, making sure nobody kind of comes near him because he is kind of split right now, right? He's not with his squad. So, I mean, if a squad saw a solo member, they might want to go for him.
Yeah, no, definitely. And we're starting to see our teams solidify their holds on compounds in the circle, but a lot of shots still ringing out in the north between Optic and I believe that is Team Affinity. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. These are the two teams that were looting very close to each other in that North Georgia Pole area.
Yeah, actually swimming away instead of taking the bridge, which it could be good, could be bad. It looks like 17 is still maybe laying down some shots on Jutsu over there that's swimming. Baja Waka relaying that information. I mean, this is a tough fight over here. They're just kind of spread out. So if you get knocked, if Justin gets knocked out, his chances of getting raised, they're not looking too good.
Yeah, they're definitely not looking too good, and Affinity is pretty spread out in between that team as well. Dashin going ahead and departing that area of the map, leaving his teammates probably to go scope out a compound. But yeah, we're going to begin to see let's see, Twisted Sin Esports moving in a little bit north of Flying Quest there in Pachinki, but a little bit south of Fadeaway 3. So definitely an interesting area that they're getting themselves into. Going to be very careful here not to get pinched as they start to move towards the same compound that Jasper was scouting. But they are going to be taking shots. Fadeaway 3 going to be taking shots over at Twisted Sin. Not connecting yet, but Twisted Sin's going to be moving up to those yellow houses where Jasper is already located.
Yeah, this is a 3v4, and I feel like Twisted Sin, they know there's only one guy here, Jasper, so they want to take him out right now. They want to take him out before Fadeaway 3 has the opportunity to actually come in and assist their squad member. So they're actually, yep, there goes Jasper. He's taken out. So now it's up to Discipline and Little Prodigy to kind of provide support. But it's not looking too good because it's 2v4.
Yeah, definitely. Jasper was the teammate that was separated, already scouting this compound that Twisted Sin pushed up on, and Lionheart getting the knock on to him. It was pretty successful in terms of what they were trying to do with the compound. Now that leaves the rest of Fadeaway 3 to try to push up and save Jasper, but it's going to be a very difficult task given the position that Twisted Sin now has.
Yeah, and I mean, we're still early game, so you got to think, like, the loot situation. We're in the yellows. I mean, I know for a fact these don't have the best loot. So these squads, they're probably not decked out. They don't have the level 2, level 3 gear. Probably all level 1. Basic ammunition. Not much going. Maybe not even a lot of meds. So to take a fight so early, still 16 teams alive. It's gonna be crucial. Jasper. Oh, I was just gonna say he's almost able to get the race, but they secured that with that frag. Almost even damaging Little Prodigy. So now, hey, he's dead, right? We tried. Hey, Jasper, we tried to save you, but we're out of here now. We're going to retreat to the ruins.
Yeah, Jasper was certainly trying to retreat there, just unable to escape the wide area damage that grenade puts out. Good job to Twisted Sin taking this compound. They certainly did not own it at the beginning, but they rolled through there and did a good job at clearing the scout and pushing off the rest of Fadeaway 3. So we're going to go to the map now and look at how these teams are beginning to transition further into the circle. There's still a lot of action happening near the center of the map. We're going to have Dashin taking some shots, running away, trying to get a little bit of better cover, but a lot of players beginning to sort of collapse on these yellow houses, Dave.
Yeah, and you know, I don't understand or what the intrigue is with these yellow houses. I mean, I hate them, so I stay clear of these yellow houses. But I guess they hear the action going on, right? So I mean, kills like I mentioned last game, they're 7 points. So if you feel like you get and use a kill off or even kill steal for that matter, a down player, then there's really no reason not to if they're in your vicinity.
Yeah, exactly. It's something you just sort of have to balance based off of how well you know your team and their abilities if you're able to take these certain fights. But we do see a lot of shots now coming out from the Slime Squad. It looks like they are shooting over at FlyQuest that is hanging out over to the west of Pachinki. So you're going to need to be careful as another squad, Define Legit and the rest of
Yeah.
Ghost Gaming are traveling and kind of stuck now in between a pretty
All right,
serious
focus
pinch
up,
point.
Austin Prof. You can make it.
Yeah, yeah. But they're used to this. I mean, they centered up early on. They're obviously feeling confident enough with their loot to find legit scouting out that compound. So now it's up to Profi and Austin to safely weave their way in between this FlyQuest and Twisted Sin kind of zone to make it to Define Legit. And if they do so, they're looking pretty good as far as the zone goes. But like you mentioned, Slime Squad, they're right on top of them. So it's gonna be dangerous. Meanwhile, we're over here spectating Optic. They're still walking their way, trying to find a nice little sweet spot. But if you look on the minimap, Core 4, they're about to play spoiler to these guys. I mean, Optic, they're focused on corn chuckers, but Core 4, they're smashing them. They're going right into them.
Yeah, definitely. So Optic was taking shots at Corn Shuckers down in that building, but didn't expect Core 4 to be coming from behind. Core 4 opting
We're driving
to
by.
try to drive through because they are separated, being in different vehicles. But yeah, getting very close to Hypoc. Hypoc's going to be taking some shots, but not being able to connect to anything serious.
Bray in the water, driving in the water. He made it through that Optic kind of zone. Monty Carbo, he doesn't want to risk it like his partner Spray did, so he's actually going to take the long route. But what a surprise! I mean, Optic didn't even seem very phased by that that kind of that play. I mean, they're still dead on with this corn chuckers. They want their blood.
Yeah, definitely. They are holding that position really hard, even knowing that they have to move with this new circle coming out, Dave. They are still trying to try to get any shots or pressure rather that they can onto this corn chuckers team that has secured this compound directly in the path that Optic needs to go to try to get into the safe zone. But yeah, Core 4 blowing past that, I think that was the wise decision. Maybe their only decision, but definitely the wise decision, not getting stuck in between that pinch point right there.
So if you're corn chuckers, right, the water is so close to you. I mean, do you take this fight? Most likely not. Just get in the water, at least my opinion, right? Get in the water, swim away, and kind of go for that sneaky strategy and just swim your happy self up that river, up that inlet, and right into Sunken City. Because if you see Sunken City almost right in the zone, but it doesn't look like they're doing this. It looks like they're going for this fight. Baja Walk actually getting taken out by Paradox. They want this blood. They're not going for the swimming strats. They're not about that water life 2018. They're about that fighting, getting that blood. So let's see what happens here. I mean, it's a 4v2 now.
Yeah, definitely. Corn Shuckers decided to play that very aggressively. They were like, no, we're not going to wait in this building for Optic to push into us. We are going to do a 2-2 split. They sent their two players, Paradox and teammate, around to the right flank, and they were able to get that down and kill onto that Optic team member who was trying to hide in that smoke. So Hetror and Hypoc are going to now do what they can to try to pull off of this and not take this fight while also transitioning. But shots coming out from Paradox onto that US, going to give him a little bit of a scare and tell him, hey man, you shouldn't have come here to begin with.
Yep, and now Hetror, the lone survivor of Optic. And one thing that I noticed during that exchange is that Hypoc actually taken out a member from Core 4, Spray. He got the raise now, but they were fighting two separate fights as corn chuckers were pushing them. Hypoc was still kind of concentrated on core 4 because, I mean, core 4 from earlier, they knew where they were. So it was just a sticky situation. And now Petro are actually driving straight for the two guys of core 4. But we got this fight going on over here, this compound. All these bodies, all these guys crawling around the place. What is going on here?
Yeah, Team Affinity getting 3 of their teammates knocked down, leaving Menthol up as the only remaining teammate to try to secure that squad wipe, which he was able to. So he's now going to be able to start the revives up and get his teammates up. But they lost a lot in the attrition game there, Dave. So it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, and look who is coming up this
core 4.
Oh,
actually, fairway 3 too.
Yeah.
They heard this action. They saw the knock. So I'm interested to see if they want to go for this or just, you know, not risk it for the biscuit, right? And just keep their positioning within this next circle.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like Fadeaway at least is going to pull off of that core 4, still holding their position at the northern side of the map. Looks like Whalen might have gotten himself a little crate there. Looks like he's got an OM. So we have 2 OMs in play on the map. You know, Dave, that's a lot of sniper damage that's going to be going out in this late game if they make it.
Yeah, I love the It's one of my favorite guns. Not really. I like the VSS better, and I'm not even trolling. That gun is just my favorite. The spray on that and just how fast I can shoot those silenced bullets. But I'm not a pro player, so hey, excuse me and my BM. But Pachinki, the south side of Pachinki, we have some action going on with these 2 squads going back and forth. LiveQuest still centered up. Profi able to make it to his members from earlier. If you recall, we saw Define Legit. So there's just a bunch of action going on right now as the zone is closing in.
Yeah, if you look at Pachinki, we've got the God Squad a little bit split up in a 2-2 on the left and right side of the road in Pachinki. Then we also have Team Hooligans at the barns across from Pachinki. But then above them on the Pachinki Hill, we've got Check 6. So, I mean, it's a loaded area on this eastern side of what has now developed into the new safe zone.
New safe zone. Paradox over there in the north. I feel like he might be the last remaining member of the Corn Chuckers. He's just darting around trying to survive. But let's see where the action's popping off now, because it's going on everywhere. Fadeaway 3 still alive in the ruins. Ruins not in this next zone. So they're going to have to push here. And it looks like they're going to have to push into 3 squads. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, we've got all of our teams now beginning to transition. Possibly the Liddy committee being the stragglers there on the left side of the chopsticks. But a lot of these, you know, prime compounds in this safe zone are taken. We're already going to have downs going out as Dashin is able to take out and fully kill iClue. So it's going to be a good pickup there for Dashin and his squad, which is Team Affinity. Definitely a good pickup for them as they are able to push up now onto the rest of Twisted Sin, who has taken a backwards approach after seeing their teammate go down. So we're going to have Lionheart, Bulba, and the Big T trying to get some shots on Dashin, Tetsu, Swifty Q. None connecting yet, but a lot of information going out to these 2 teams as they try to get some peaks.
Yeah, getting the peaks, the zones up. Everyone's trying to push in. I was actually mistaken earlier. There's 2 members left from Corn Chuckers, but we got a fight going on here. Just to, I believe that was a smoke. He was trying to scare them out from behind that tree. Still 4 members alive here. They're in the zone, so they don't really have to worry about too much, but they will be, you know, shortly contacted by Fadeaway 3, so we have to make this team fight happen extremely fast. Lionheart creeping and crawling halfway. I wonder if he has any bandages to heal up. I don't know, but he's trying to stay alive to the best of his abilities.
Look at Swifty Q with the flank right now, though. Swifty wraps all the way around the right side of the Twisted Sin. Turns around, gets another knock on to the Big T, leaving 1 remaining member. What a great flank by Swifty Q.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting shot. He's taken out on the receiving end. Who took this guy out? Oh, the Twisted Sin. He didn't like what just happened there. Taking him out here, but that was a great flank regardless. I feel like it's worth. I would say worth.
Yeah, incredibly good flank, but unfortunately having to get that revive while Little Prodigy and the rest of Fadeaway 3 are pushing to you from the north. It's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, and they're just getting taken apart left and right now. And this forest is deadly. All these hills, you would think it would help these players as they approach, but I mean, all the information that they're giving away right now on the map with all these gunfires and all these grenades, it's just not going to help them in this next zone. Circle almost complete right now. about to touch, and we'll find out where the next one's going. So let's wait around and see what happens here. Check 6, still 4 members strong, so they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, check six still hanging out on this mountain right above Pachinki, still with these other two squads rather, right below them. So it's going to be very interesting how they continue to play this out. I mean, these are full 4-man squads, and you know, a lot of damage can go out if they aim you up on their sights. So we have a Maijo taking some shots for check 6. Looks like he has spotted someone down there in the barn, going to be trying to see if he can get any sort of line of sight on them.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I would just conserve my ammunition. Make sure your area is clear. No one's going to come and sneak up behind you, because there's still, I mean, not counting your team, there's 10 other teams still alive. So, you know. Oh, and look at that. Check 6 gifted. How much did they pay you, man? How much did they pay you?
Yeah, seriously.
You just gave them that circle.
No, that's a beautiful circle, though. I believe check 6 is certainly happy with how that played out. Hetro as well, being the only remaining member for Optic. But with that circle coming out, we're going to see our teams transition very quickly. Ghost Gaming already on the fly from the north side, as well as FlyQuest. Looks like they're going to collide into each other, though.
I believe FlyQuest was driving a vehicle, but then they saw and they heard all this action behind them. They got out right away, takes some shots, lost HC, tossing a frag. He knows where they are. He knows they're behind this tree. Let's see if this frag connects. Yeah, he's taking some out. Whoa, the shots are going off all the bodies, making the flank. Lost HC, almost taken out. How many members are left? One more member of Ghost Gaming, and that's it. They're done. FlyQuest only having one member go down. They're going to be able to get that raise up, and they just secured that zone with all of that sweet loot.
Yeah, FlyQuest just played that extremely well. Ran into a battle they might not have seen coming, but against Ghost Gaming, who has performed, you know, exceedingly well in tonight's games, gets taken out. Full squad wipe right there. So FlyQuest, excellent job there on the hill, right there on Pachinki, where they have been fond of this evening. But yeah, we have a lot of squads now in this tiny little circle just to the southwest of Pachinki. A lot of teams still haven't moved in, though. We still have the Slime Squad on the western side. Following them would be the Liddy crew, but a lot of shots coming out now as Sharpshot and the rest of the God Squad are approaching the Pachinki proper, getting some shots out onto Elusive from the Corn Shuckers and killed.
Yeah, they're going down. They're not in this zone, so I mean they're right there. So they don't have far to go. But I'm looking at a check 6 right now. I like their positioning. They're in the zone. They're on top of this hill. They have some decent cover. They have 2 vehicles, so they're ready for the next push. Look at right here. You see them taking shots across the way with this Scar, the 4x scope. So that's going to be able to help in this next zone. But they're going to have to worry about these teams coming from Pachinki pushing in. And, I mean, they're going to be right in the smack in the middle of this action before you know it.
Yeah, definitely. If you look, Pat Caps of the God Squad, who was just getting shot at by Check 6, is very split up from his squad. He is on the northern edge of the circle, whereas the rest of his team is over here on the east. But right behind them, they have that deadly squad of Fadeaway 3, as well as Paradox from the Corn Shuckers, whose remaining teammate Elusive just got taken down. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this northeastern corner of the circle plays out. But we do have some shots coming out from the west and the east. We're going to go ahead and take a look over here at the God Squad.
Yeah, the God Squad, they look like they want some blood here with Check 6. They didn't appreciate those shots from earlier. Making the peak, Sharpshot actually taking some damage there. He's going to be able to heal up. I mean, they got some distance between them. But, yeah, this fight, I mean, they need this. I mean, you know, the God Squad, they know this is an optimal hill, you know, that's overlooking this current zone. So they want to take it.
Yeah, definitely. And Microfrag getting a lot of good shots out there with the 8x, but then taking some return fire from the God Squad. Had to back up and hit a med behind that tree, but he's going to go ahead and try to get some more peeks out. We'll see what the rest of the Check 6 squad is doing. Just trying to keep these lines of sight open, watching the flanks as they start to hear shots ring out from around them. We're going to go ahead and take a look at Elusive Gaming and the battle going on around them, as well as the new circle coming out, Dave.
Yeah, Elusive, they got that 2-2 split going on here. But I guess the action, I mean, it just wants us to go back to God Squad. Now, something that's interesting, this is a 3-1 split. So there's 3 members from the God Squad pushing up this hill on Check 6. And across the way, I was just going to say, Pat Nap's actually being taken out by Little Prodigy, unfortunately for him. But he was across the way in a compound overlooking this fight, being able to kind of maybe relay some information. I'm not quite sure what type of scope he had, but now it's a 3v4 situation. They kind of lost that extra coverage that I was just going to touch on. Little Prodigy playing spoiler, and Pistola Time actually going down here. Let's see if Check 6 goes for this push, or they're just gonna keep their positioning. I mean, both teams in the zone.
Yeah, so Check 6 has all 4 remaining teammates alive versus the 2 remaining teammates now of the God Squad. So if they have this information, I would say they certainly keep their place a little bit safe, not knowing exactly what the rest of their teammates are. But turning around, they're taking a lot of shots at the southern edge of the circle, getting a few more shots out, and finally killing Pistola Time. That would be Micro Fry with the M416. Against Texas, they just continue to rain down bullets from this mountain.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we said. I mean, the circle was gifted to them in a sense, and then their ability to defend this mountain is crucial right now because we still have lots of squads still on the board. We got 8 other teams still alive here. So Zone's pushing in now. Let's see what happens.
Looks like Paradox is now under fire as well, as the rest of Fadeaway 3 has been spotted out. Disciple going down, Little Prodigy playing the only remaining member of Fadeaway 3, and then Paradox getting taken down by the play zone.
Ooh.
So the circle is shrinking, doing a lot more damage than the earlier circles, and you know we have quite a few players, Dave, that need to transition.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, Hetror in the shed. He's taking some pain pills. He's getting ready for this zone. He hears Carbon running by him. You can see the little indicator looking that way. But I suspect Hetror is going to make a late push. Let's see. All he has is bandages left, so it's going to be tough for him. But I think he has the appropriate amount of time and distance between him and Carbon. He might actually come up behind Carbon and get the kill. FlyQuest. Yeah, he just downed Carbon. Carbon looking back like, where did that come from? But Hetror getting chunked out. Like I said, oh, he's taken out.
Yeah, Elusive is able to get the spot on Hetror coming out of that shack. Elusive holding this western edge, now taking a lot of shots at Master Nook from the north, able to take him down and wipe his squad out. So, Dave, looking at this, we have 5 teams remaining. God Squad,
yeah.
We have Check 6 over here on the mountain. We have Elusive Gaming over here on the left. FlyQuest to the north, as well as Hooligans up to the north. So, you know, this new circle, Hooligans needs to move out of this compound. Check 6 is still in a great area. God Squad is going to need to put in some serious work, though, to get into the zone.
Yeah, Hooligans approaching FlyQuest right now. FlyQuest already in position. They have the upper hand. They have the high ground. They have the information. They're about to take some shots right now. Thinker 69 immediately taken out. Fuzzy Potato returning fire. Matthew taken out. Now, Fuzzy Potato taking out a lost HD. This fight is either way. It's a 3v2 situation. Not looking good over here for the Hooligans. Comet securing a kill, but was it worth it? Fuzzy Potato going down. Elected. 10 health left. This is a 1v1. Blue's the only member alive. Are they going to go for the reset? All the FlyQuest guys, they're like, Blue, get me out. I'm safe.
The nade is coming in. Dave, this is a crucial point in the game, too, because being able to get your squad back up and revive them is going to play huge, given that whatever squad loses here gets 5th place. I mean,
yeah,
the 3rd place, top 3 rankings are about to be solidified. So, yeah, this is huge as to whether or not Elected or the FlyQuest remaining members can do this. But it looks like they're going to opt for the revives and try to get some players up, both playing this pretty safe.
Yeah, and they have the hill. So, you know, really this fight is going to dictate who is going to come on top, because I like this hill. This is pretty much the only other high ground in this zone compared to our Check 6 hill. So let's see, the reset's coming off. It looks like FlyQuest, they're going to be a little aggressive here, or something is just kind of probing for information. Elected and Fuzzy, they might actually want to reset, kind of wrap around and not take this fight. So it's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Looks like Blue and Comet, they're actually backing off. So this is it could go either way.
Yeah, both teams opting to play that very safe. It's a 2v3 in favor of FlyQuest, but I think, you know, not knowing exactly what both teams are working with, neither is really ready to engage in any type of battle after seeing how
that last fight,
how chaotic that last fight got. Exactly. We're gonna have Check 6 firing out some more shots on God Squad, who has continued to try to find some sort of entryway on the eastern side of the circle.
Shark taken out. The zone's pushing up. Sharp shotted. The only remaining member So I mean, obviously you want to go for placements at this point and not take the bull head on. As Check Six has 4 members, but MJO, he's being a little aggressive. But meanwhile, we're looking at this fight over here, still continuing with FlyQuest, throwing the smokes. Uh, I mean, it looks like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, meanwhile, we just have Elusive Gaming
Elusive.
sitting over here, just pretty much biding their time. They got one team member knocked out.
Sharp
Sharp
shot.
shot is able to get
Ooh, the blue just doing them in there. Microfly securing that kill. So now Check Six. They only got 2 members alive.
Yeah, so it looks like FlyQuest is trying to sort of push the area where those two teammates from Hooligans had previously been, but they're going to be able to pull off that given the new circle and how much they have to move. Going to find some shots onto Elusive. FlyQuest taking out Jerbear. But look at this circle, given what Check Six has to work
Check
with.
Six again. I mean, they had the information of Elusive Gaming down there, but it looks like they might be itching for a little aggression here. Microfry actually kind of scouting out that other area, the other flank, making sure. But if he gets taken out here, I mean, he's kind of far from his squad. So let's see.
Yeah, definitely. Check Six trying to own this circle, and effectively they are. They are spread out, trying to block any sort of entry. Microfry spotting the rest of FlyQuest trying to push in there, but now FlyQuest is pinched in between Check Six as well as Elusive Gaming. So FlyQuest is in between rock and hard plays, getting shots fired at them by jacking off if they're on the top of the hill in the center of the circle. So really good positioning right now by Check Six, given how blessed they just got with that circle. Grenades are going to fly.
Check Six, though, they're extremely spread apart. Jacking off about to be engaged here. I don't think he knows it, but FlyQuest is approaching him. All right, Microfry retreating a little bit after that fight. Elected taking some shots. So they're getting pushed by all angles right now. Microfry taking down Elected, but Fuzzy Potato, does he know where Fuzzy Potato is? I don't know. I mean, this is Check Six game to lose right now, so they need to be extremely cautious of their next move.
Yeah, so Elected goes down right there to jacking off, being able to watch that flank successfully. We've got 3 teams remaining, rather. It's going to be FlyQuest, Elusive, and now 2 teams. Elusive taking 3rd place. So remaining teams, Check Six and FlyQuest, 3v3.
See, smokes are down. Microfry taking out Blue from the smoke. Something being extremely aggressive. About to have an exchange happen right here. 1v1 me on the hill. Microfry taking the first shots, but something getting them down. Shadow trying to wrap around. He knows Blue's getting Comet up. Comet is up. Comet, 10 health. All right, now it's up to something. And jacking off, securing that kill.
Yeah, so Check Six, I mean, incredible game, incredible placement by the circle, incredible movement and securement of positioning in that final circle as well. I really liked how they split there. But then we've got FlyQuest coming in at 2nd place for this 3rd match, and then Elusive Gaming hitting the scoreboard, getting in that top 3 slot. So Dave, all around a solid 3rd match. I don't think we saw anything out of the ordinary, but a lot of action happening in that Pachinki area.
I mean, hey, I saw some haters in chat earlier talking about Check Six. Look at that. They came to perform. They got 1st place with a bunch of kills on top of that. I mean, I know they had a couple zones there, but their ability to kind of dominate their zones that they're gifted, to secure, make sure no one's going to flank them from behind, and just pretty much be literally the king of that hill right there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, by no means was this game given to Check Six. I mean, you can get the circle, but you have to know what to do with it, right? It is, and it's something that they were able to execute on very, very well.
Use it or lose it. That's what they say.
Use it or lose it. That is what they say. So, Dave,
is that true?
I mean, I wouldn't know, right? So, let's go ahead and look at the scores for tonight as they have been updated, I believe, to Game 2. Yeah, so we have our scores updated through Game 2. We've got Ghost Gaming coming in at 1st place so far with 448 points and 18 kills. FlyQuest bringing in that 2nd place with 338 points and 16 kills. And the God Squad in 3rd with 331 points and 19 kills. Dave, what do you think about these standings as we're starting to see these games shape up?
Well, first of all, I love stats in general. I love facts. These are cold, hard facts here. So we got one more game left for tonight. But based on these stats, obviously, it's easy to say the God Squad. They're coming in hot tonight. They're performing. Yes, they are third place right now on the leaderboard. But as far as team kill count goes, 19 right now. I mean, they're followed by Ghost Gaming with 18 and then Optic with 16 and FlyQuest with 16. But that's pretty impressive. I mean, I know we've been commentating on the God Squad quite a lot, with their rotations, their positionings, and all that stuff. So going into game four, I won't expect anything less from them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just looking at these standings, we have this game 3 that just happened, and one final game for the evening of this week 3 season 2 APL North American Red Lobby. So, effectively, given what these teams can do based off of this last round, I would say there's still quite a bit of a fight for the top 3 placements for this week.
Yeah, I mean, we see Ghost Gaming in first place, right? But that's because they had two extremely strong games, game one and game two, with a lot of kills. This previous game, though, they placed 11th place. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that, say, for example, they go 11th place again. I mean, the leaderboard's open. Like we said, the God Squad can easily take it. FlyQuest can easily take it. Any of these guys. But one squad in particular that I apologize for. I wasn't woke enough until tonight. Core 4. I mean, coming in 5th place. You got to be feeling good. You have to be feeling good.
Yeah, definitely. They've performed very well this evening, and it's been great to see a new name kind of shake up the leaderboards a little bit. New name, at least by organization. I think these players have definitely been around for a while. But yeah, I mean, a lot of good stats coming out of these games. I mean, we just see Profi going off with 9 kills, Austin with 7, and then Optics Bahawaka with 7 as well. So
yeah, those are both Ghost guys.
Yeah,
So
yeah, definitely seeing a lot of frags come out of these Ghost guys. But yeah, I mean, one thing to look at before we cut to an intermission before this 4th and final game, Dave, check 6. Previously, before this game 3, they were 10th place with only 118 points. I think it's a safe bet to say that with, I think a 14 kill game and a first place, they're going to see that point total at least double.
Yeah, these scores are not from the previous game that just happened. We're going to need some time to update them. Correct? So these are from game 1 and game 2. So game 3 scores that just happened will be updated. And I agree with you. Check 6, coming in here 10th place. But with that last game, first place, and with the kills, I mean, first place, how many points is that? So there's some points there, the point structure, and then 7 points per kill. So yeah, at least 9th or 8th place, you would think, right?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a huge game for them. And, all around, a great game 3. We're going to cut it to intermission for the time being while we get this 4th lobby set up and ready and get the players loaded in. So go grab a drink, but stay with us for the final game of the night for your Red NA lobby for the APL Week 3 Season 2. See you guys in a little bit.